Okay, good evening and Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Darkstone Drinking. My name is Seth Campbell. If you're just joining me for the first time, essentially what I am doing is I am playing the game of Shadows of Brimstone, which is an epic dungeon crawler RPG game based in the Old West, where some evils are brewing in the sleepy town of Brimstone, and escaping the mines and elvish horrors are abound, and you and your party set off to try to destroy them and build your heroes and go on epic quests. And I will be playing that, and I would be normally playing this by myself, and so my wife said, why don't you throw this up online? And I was like, all right, sounds good to me. And so if you are playing along then, I invite you to grab your favorite beverage. This is a drinking game, so you can watch me play and make a fool of myself and grab yourself a drink and drink along to the drinking rules that I have, will provide here in a minute. If you are interested in the game, I do kind of give a little bit of the breakdown of some of the rules as we go, but this isn't necessarily a tutorial. This is mostly just for me having fun. I am kind of in the middle of a story. I'm making it up as I go, so you also get to sit here and enjoy my bad improv, maybe some bad voices as I go along. But where we're at in the story is we started with Marshal McGraw, who was drawn back to the town of Brimstone. He was born there, and he was looking to kind of get a sense of the mysterious voices that were coming out of this coin that he has, and a little bit of try to find a little bit more about his past. He's got some blank spots in his memory, and he went down to the mines himself just to kind of see if he could figure out what's going on, because he's a lawman at heart. He wants to solve this. And when he got down there, he encountered some void wizards who were performing a ritual. They ended up opening portals to other worlds, and there was a blast of energy. He woke up with a mysterious teenage girl in his arms who very much reminded him of his daughter before she died of tuberculosis, and he escaped the mines with her in his arms. And last adventure, they went to the town of Hilford, where they were attacked by bandits who could feel a lot of bad energy and things coming off the girl. They didn't like what had just kind of happened in the mines. They heard the explosions, and monsters have started coming out, and they blame him. And so they attacked him, but he survived, and the girl woke up, and they are now on a quest to find out a little bit more about her. And the only person he knows who can maybe help her is an old Apache friend who lives on the other side of Beggar's Gulch, through the canyons, and they're going to try to cross over there and find his friend and see if he can help them discover a little bit more about her. So we're playing with a Marshal character. Now we have a second character, the orphan, that we'll be playing with, so we'll see how things go from there. That's kind of the basic story of where I'm at, so I'm going to do some bad voices as we go along here. But let's jump to some drinking rules before we get into the game here. So there they are up there. I'll put the banner up when we get to it. Take a drink when an enemy appears, when we draw an encounter card, or when we roll one for move, or if we take a wound or a horror hit. Take 2 drinks whenever the darkness moves. That's the evil force inside the mines that we're trying to keep at bay. Take 2 drinks whenever there's a critical hit, either enemy or player. 2 drinks whenever we get Darkstone. 2 drinks if there's a depth event. And then you take a shot if you die, or take a shot after every fight. So I also kind of modify them as I go, and I take drinks when I want to, because that's the point. So play for about an hour here, and we might have to continue this story next week. I was going to wait and do it next weekend, but why the heck not? Let's just go ahead and have a Merry Christmas. So cheers to you. Merry Christmas wherever you are. Let's play some Shadows of Brimstone. So get to my next screen here. Here we are. Start of the board. So we're in the canyons. Marshal and the mysterious girl, she doesn't have a name yet, are about to embark on their adventure. The canyons are tall and long, and really it's hard to find your way if you don't already know your way, but it's been a while since Marshall has been through here, so he's gonna have to pay attention to see if he can get through. Everywhere here, though, you can feel the dark energy of the darkness, and so we will still be having to hold that back. So he's got the old lantern, so we're going to have to roll to hold that back every turn. Now, just a couple of logistical things. Our orphan has a quest of her own, so as we go, we're going to be trying to roll to see if we can get her quest items figured out. Her quest is find your kin, so this is a big part of her journey as she's trying to find who she is. She has no memory of where she came from. She has no memory of any family of any kind. I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit. And so that is part of her quest as we go. So up in the top right, you can see me, hello. And then here's my character board, and then you can see the miniatures over here. There's a top-down view, so we're in it. So we're basically going to be moving a lot, rolling dice, and hopefully having a couple battles. So we're doing a mission that I search party, but I'm modifying a little bit. So we're not searching for one of the characters in the mission. We're searching for his friend. So we're going to stay in the canyons. However, we might venture into some mines. We'll see where the maps lead us, but we're not going to be going into any other worlds. So enough of the logistics. Let's get going. So they're off. They barely got out of the town alive. They managed to get some resources on the way, and they're ready. Marshal's already a quiet sort. He doesn't talk a lot, and neither does the mysterious girl. So that's good for me. So we're not going to have a whole lot of dialogue. But he says, all right, girl, this place is dangerous, so I'm going to need you to stick with me. If I say run, you ask how fast. If I say shoot, you ask at what. Stupid, whatever. All right, so we're going to move. Marshall has, the girl actually has higher initiative, so he's trying to lead this journey, and she says nope, and she goes on. So she rolls a 2. She's going to take the lead, already leading the Marshal along here. Jumping forward, she's going to Now, she's going to go ahead and scavenge, see if she can find anything here. Nothing. So if you roll 3 dice for every 6 you roll, you get to scavenge the ground and look for things. So we're going to explore the map as we go, adding new map tiles to see if anything interesting. So Marshall, already he admires her grit and her tenacity. We're going to see if we can get ahead of her a little bit here. And she's pretty limber. And she's keeping ahead of him there. But he's not going to be showing up, so he's going to go ahead and scavenge too. Nothing. Alright, doesn't seem to be anything of worth in this cavern. Okay, so on to the next turn. We need to hold back the darkness. We did. We have to roll. So right now we're in track 7, so every time we add a map tile, our marker will move forward, so it's going to get harder to hold it back. So we have to roll a 7 or higher right now, which we did, so we held back the darkness. Holds that lantern high, braces himself, the darkness is pushed backwards. So the girl's going to go a little further, try to see if she can peek through that door. 1, 2, 3, they get through. She gets down to the end of this canyon here, takes a peek. We draw a map tile, and it's the box canyon. This is where we get into the real exciting stuff, where I start searching through all my map tiles here until I find what I'm looking for. There we go. She looks down. We've got an exploration token. Okay, so she looks through. She sees the ruined remains of an old wagon. Looks like someone had gone through here at some point. Clearly something has happened, but she's not scared, so she's gonna explore this room and see what it is. If we get a red exclamation point, then that is a clue icon. This was not a clue room. This is an attack. So great, right off the bat, we are in a fight. So she looks down the gulch, hears a howling. I hear something down at the end there, an unearthly noise. And a scuttling, nasty noise, and a large brown and purple dark-storm scorpion appears at the end, comes careening out of the rocks at her. I've not fought one of these before. They seem pretty gross. Okay, and so we are in the middle of a fight. So an enemy appeared, so we need to take a drink. These fights get a lot harder the more I've been drinking, the more math I have to do. Okay. So basically, we don't want to be adjacent to this thing, is what I'm reading. So we want to stay far away. Okay, the scorpion lets out whatever noise a giant arthropod lets out and comes scuttling at her. And unfortunately, it can move pretty fast, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's going to attack her. 7. So it's right up on her, so she's going to have to try to escape it if she wants to get out of this. Scorpion's there. It's going to attack. It's got a combat of 4, so we roll 4 dice. Pinching Claw. This enemy's melee to hit rolls of 6 plus do double damage. Woo! Oh, it can kill you instantly, too. At the start of its activation, one random hero within 3 spaces must pass an agility test or take d6 wounds. Oh, no. Okay, so its tail flings around before it even attacks here. We got to see if the girl can get off it. She's got an agility test of 4, so we have to, let's see, pass a 5. And she does. So the tail swings around, but she ducks and it swings over her head, and then the scorpion's in with its claws. And it's got 2 hits coming out. Both claws are open wide, smacking at her, and she's got to roll 4 higher to block those. She blocks one, smacks it out of the way, but the other one comes in at her and stabs her in the side. She immediately takes 3 wounds. And that is the end of the scorpion's turn. And so now the girl is going to activate and she's going to try to fight back. I think she's going to... Not much she can do, although if we get away from it, maybe she can get it to turn around and get away from the Marshal, because then that would be one less person who's right next to it. So let's see if she can pass an agility test, or an escape test. So this is where I have to get some of my rule books out. I apologize. Gotta remember how many dice I have to roll for escape tests. Super exciting stuff. Okay, let's see. Escape, initiative. Roll a d6. Okay, so just 1. That's what I thought. So she's got to get a 4 higher. Ooh, she did it. So she gets around it. So she's gonna move. So she's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. First, she starts her activation. Before she moves, she started her activation near it. So she's gonna take 2 horror hits, so she's gotta roll 3 or higher. Ooh. So the madness of everything that's happening gets to her a little bit, and she takes a horror hit. Her head starts to crowd in as voices are around her, but she gets around the scorpion, and she gears up for a shot. She's got a range of 6 and 2. So she's going to go ahead and shoot deciding if I want to use a skill or not. Oh, she automatically passes all escape tests. That's great because she's a young orphan. Okay, well, we're going to shoot. And both are hits. So she lets them off. They're going through. We're going to see how much they do to it. It has a defensive 4, so we got to get a 4 or higher. Ooh, so this has 12 plus 3 per hero, so it's a 15, so it's an 18 health. That sucks. But, nice! We've got 2 6s, so we get 6 damage off, so what is it, 15, 12, 34, 56, 18, so it's a total of 18 minus 5, so we're at 13 now, so great, take a drink for that. Unfortunately, those weren't critical hits because we didn't roll those 6s when she shot, but the damage gets through, does massive damage. She immediately pinpoints a soft spot between the carapace and fires off 2 shots deep in. The scorpion howls. It's going to go for one of them next, but it's Marshal's turn. He's not going to get any closer here, but he is going to get ready to fire off with his shotgun. But I'm missing my D8 dice. Where did I do with it? Is a good question. Oh, here we go. All right, he's going to use a shotgun, so he only gets 1 shot. He's got a range of 5. Also, she does not get the Darkstone Radiation because she did not end her turn next to it. So he's going to go ahead. Gosh, is it too early to use the Marshal badge? Yeah, probably. Let's use the shotgun. Okay, it's a hit, but it's not a critical hit. So we're going to roll it for damage. He cocks back, fires. Boom, 5 damage. So 1 gets through. So they're getting some damage on it. But this is a big, massive beast. Okay, and so with that, then we have to hold back the darkness. Darkness is trying to take advantage of their weakened, their distraction here. But to no avail, although I do need to remove this down. They still hold it back. He holds the lantern up. The darkness is held at bay. But now it's the scorpion's turn. And we do have to decide who it's going to target. It's now surrounded. So I'm going to shuffle up my tokens here. And it has decided that it is going to go for the Marshal. So it is targeting the Marshal now. And it's going to travel down towards him. 1, 2, 3. And it's there. He's decided the Marshal's a bigger threat or an easier target. Not quite sure yet. And it comes in at him. First thing. Oh, but, actually, sorry. When it was back there, its tail swings around. The girl has to pass an agility test. So 4, we gotta get 5 or higher. Ooh, she does. That tail's got nothing on her. She ducks, the tail swings around. Scorpion careens down the gulch over at the Marshal and comes flying in at him. And 2 hits come through, so his claws come in, and the Marshal's gonna try to see if he can block it. He's still pretty limber for his age, though, and he dodges one claw, knocks the other one back with his gun, and now it's the girl. She's gonna stay where she is and keep firing, because there's no sense in getting too close, but she's got a good advantage point here. I think she's gonna go ahead and use a grit and use that rage. She digs deep down, and she's gonna fire off 3 shots. She also heals 1 wound because she's young. Woo! Get my dice here. She's proven herself already. We have, oh yes, we've got 1 hit, and then one of those is a critical, so we'll roll for the damage here. So this is for the non-critical. Nothing gets through. But for the critical hit, 3 damage directly through. So the Scorpion now only has 12, 18. Only has 8 left. Take a drink for that. She lets off 3 shots. One goes right in the soft part of its underbelly. The Scorpion howls. Let's see. I think I also need to be getting some XP here. Forgot about that. Let's see if I can remember who had what. So the Marshal got off a shot, so he gets 5 XP. She got 2 last time. And she just got another one, so 15. Okay, perfect. Alright, now the Marshal starts his activation near the Scorpion, so unfortunately he now has to pass a fear test. He's got 2 horror hits coming at him. And again, it's a lot to bear. He passes one, but he does take a sanity hit as the madness of everything. Because, you know, you just don't grow up like with giant scorpions just, you know, running around. And the last time he went through this gulch, things were a bit more normal. Okay. So now the Marshal is gonna... He's not even going to try to move. He's got the Scorpion locked in on him, and he's a protector at heart, so he's going to try to keep this monster at bay. We're going to go... He's not ready to use that Marshal badge right yet, though. We're still pretty early in the adventure. Oh, but this gun jams up on it. He doesn't get through. We're going to use his grit, though. He's going to dig down, try to see if we can get another shot off here. 7, that's a critical hit, so everything is going to get through here. If we can get an 8, this thing is dead. Oh, it's just a 1. Crap. Oh well, but we get 1 through. Boom. Blast it. Scorpion howls in pain. And that's the end of the turn, so we're going to roll to hold back the darkness. Our girl heals. Here's a cool... Flying Frog, maybe, Flying Frog Productions, maybe you could answer this for me because I don't want to go through the rules at some point. It says at the start of each turn, she can heal a wound. Is that each fight? Because a fight is still a turn. You're holding back the darkness. That's what I would imagine. And so if we're holding back the darkness at the start of each fight, then I would guess that she still gets to heal each fight too. So she's going to go ahead and heal. And then we're going to hold back the darkness. If I move this down a little bit, can you guys still see it? Yes. And we don't, though. The Marshal's down, he's distracted, and he loses his grip on reality for a minute, and that darkness just slips just a little bit down the path here. Okay, the Scorpion is going to start its activation. Oh, sorry, the Marshal takes 2 corruption hits before he ends his turn. Okay, but fortunately, no corruption gets through. Corruption's real bad. We do not want that. Okay, activating. He's swinging his tail around. Marshal has to pass an agility test. He's not quite as limber, but we'll see if he can do it. And he does not. The tail swings in. He takes a D6 wounds. 1, so take a drink for a wound on the Marshal, and we get a potent poison counter, which I'm gonna have to remind myself what potent poison does. That's not good. Hold on, let's see. Potent poison. All right. Oh boy. Scorpion's at. Here it is, potent poison. This seems bad. At the start of hero's activation, roll a d6 for each poison marker they currently have on him. Instead, on a roll of 1, 2, or 3, I take wounds equal to the number rolled, ignoring defense. On a 6, discard that marker as its poison effect is worn off. So that's awesome. Okay. So he got hit by the tail, and now it's coming in hot with his claws. Ooh, crap. 2 hits come through. One of them is a pinching claw, does double damage. So he immediately so it'll do double damage if I don't block that. So let's try to block that first one. And he gets it. Whew, it comes swooping in. He knocks it back. And then the other one does not, though. But fortunately, that one's not quite as bad. But gets him in the leg. He takes 4 hits, or 3 damage. And we take another wound. And then, so the Marshal is not looking great right now. Girl is ready. She's gonna heal that, or no, she doesn't heal again. But we're gonna, she's only got 2 shots now because we've already used our rage here. One of them is a critical hit. Yes. She sights down the barrel. She lets it go. And it is 5 damage. Oh, amazing. It's massive hit. This thing's almost dead. It's bleeding, purple, dark stone gunkiness. Oh, we've had a couple critical hits. You guys are gonna have to remind me of the rules here. We've had a couple critical hits, so take a few drinks. Oh, yes. Come on, you guys, let's do this. Then it's Marshal's turn. He begins his activation. First, he's got to pass the horror. He does. It doesn't. He may be wounded, but he's not giving up. He's gonna cock back that shotgun. Do we want to use the Marshal badge? No. Let's just do this. Oh, critical hit. Take 2 drinks. Oh, this is exciting stuff. Okay. And 2 hits. That's it. That's enough. Cocks back. Blast that scorpion right in the face. It was distracted just enough from the girl. Shoots it right between the eyes. Brain matter goes everywhere, and that scorpion is down for the count. And we are out of the fight. So we need to take a shot. I'm gonna need a new thing, Buffalo Trace here soon. Hey, Buffalo Trace wants to sponsor me too. I ain't gonna say no. Oh. Okay, that's the end of the fight. So, got some stuff to do here real quick. After a fight, they get to catch their breath. Alright, so we heal D3 wounds. For the Marshal, that's going to be 1. So he's still pretty hurt here. Obviously the girl's going to get to heal some. And then she'll heal that last sanity next. Neither of them, they both got to activate. So we're good. And then, end of every fight, every hero is allowed to draw 1 loot card. So we're going to draw a loot. And I believe that would just be normal loot. I don't draw from the canyon artifacts, but... So 1 loot for each threat. So the Marshal draws... okay, so first things first, everybody... gets their EXP here. So she got 5. He got 5 plus 15 for killing it. So he got 20. Marshall's going to be leveling it up soon, so that's awesome. Okay, so Marshall can draw a gear card or an artifact card from the other world. So he'll do that. So after the scorpion's dead, he looks down underneath it and finds a dead man's canteen. So place 6 sanity markers here. You may transfer sanity damage from here to yourself at any time to heal 2 wounds each. At the start of each adventure, refill the 6 sanity markers. That's wild. So some Wraith's canteen here. I don't even have room for all this stuff. I'm going to have to make a bigger board here before the next adventure. So we can transfer. So there's 6 sanity on there. So he can draw from the madness of this dead man's canteen and use it to heal himself. So that's wild. Okay. The girl also looks down, pulls up, and underneath the body of the scorpion is a shard of darkstone. Guys, this is our first darkstone of the game, so that's exciting. It also brings complications because it means that she has to roll for corruption at the end of the adventure, but we'll get to that. So 1 shiny piece of darkstone is hers. She can feel the energy coming off of it. It's weird. It feels natural to her. She looks at it. She kind of stares at it like Frodo in the ring. She's like, what do I do with this? And Marshall kind of gets a funny look on his face. He's like, hey, better put that away. We don't got time for this. And they're going to keep going. So first thing we need to do next is figure out where we've got a door to our canyon here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So close off a couple of spots. Canyon's going to go straight ahead. And they're going to keep going. He says, that was some good shooting, girl. Like, thanks. You too. Like, where'd you learn to shoot like that? She says, I guess the same place I learned to do anything else. And she turns around, and they're off. Okay. Ooh, she rolled a 6 for a move. Does anything happen if you roll a 6 for a move? No. Alright, so she's going to hightail it down here. And now we're going to get into the awkward place where I can't reach anymore. So I will move my camera a little bit. But I'm going to now have to be standing a lot more than I really want to when I'm playing drinking games. Okay, so she goes run off further down the canyon. It's almost like she seems to know the way herself. She comes around the bend, and there is the white water. She can hear the rushing of the river. Not that white water, this white water. I also need to fix my table here because they're at different heights, which is kind of annoying. Okay, and so we're going to set an exploration token here. It is the end of her activation, so she's going to explore the room, which in this case is a canyon, and it is an ambush attack. Crap! Okay, all enemies are +1 defense during their first turn of an ambush. Okay, so we need to draw an ambush attack first, and I need to remind myself what ambush means. So I need my... I'm gonna fall. I don't want to do that. Okay. played this a few times. You would think I'd be better at this by now. Ambush attack. Placed adjacent to the heroes and gain +2 initiative. User placed adjacent to the heroes if there are different initiatives. Okay, so they're going to select targets each turn, and then they gain +2 initiative. So whatever is about to come out. So let's find out. Oh, man. There's a scuttling noise. Ground is shifting around them, and they hear this. Ooh, crap. Marshal's way back there. He needs to get a lot farther ahead, too, or otherwise she's going to start hearing voices in the dark. And right next to the Marshal. Oh, no, actually, it wouldn't be next to the Marshal because he's not. Okay, flying fire protections. I've got another question. Do they only appear in the room that the encounter is in? Because that doesn't seem to make sense. No. So I'm the game master, so I think they can appear from anywhere. So there's a busting out of the ground. Sand crab right next to the Marshal. Boy, these things are really out to. This stuff is really out to get him today, aren't they? It comes flying out of the dirt. Need to find my card. And always attacks from ambush. Oh, so this is all, they're always ambush creatures. Great. Of course they do, because they do sand tunnels. It says it on here. Awesome. Heavy shitten plating. Critical hits only reduce this enemy's defense to 3 rather than 0. That's gross. This enemy's melee hit rolls of 6 ignore defense and armor. That's awesome. I mean, it's not awesome. Oh, yeah. Here, you should see what's happening, guys. So this massive sand crab has just appeared next to the Marshal and wants to eat his brains. Okay, so it has initiative of 5. However, the girl has +1 initiative, so she hears this thing come flying out. She actually can start before the sand crab does, so that's great. She's gonna try to go run down there to help the Marshal. Roll 3. 1, 2, 3. Not quite close enough to get a shot off, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, just not quite enough. She doesn't gain her grit back, does she? That's too bad. Need some grit, guys. Okay, hold on. There's got to be another way to get some grit. Okay, I guess, yeah, can't recover the grit. All right. Right now. Oh, and he's still got some, he's still got that potent poison. Okay, so she doesn't quite make it in time. The sand crab rears back. It's going in for a fight. We're probably going to end the game after this fight if we can get this thing. Okay, so it's got +1 defense right now, so it's a defense of 6. So they're not even going to be able to get through this thing for the first turn because it's coming at them heavy and hard. Maybe a critical hit. So I mean, I guess we're definitely going to shoot it. We're not going to not shoot it. So, ooh, combat of 5. Holy crap. So we can roll 5. Not as much damage though, but so melee 4 plus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits coming at the Marshal. Oh my god. Oh, he did get to heal 1 wound and 1 sanity last time. I'm in dire straits. I'm not gonna, because of his cleaning up the West. I'm not gonna, fault myself for following the rules late. Okay. Oh boy. So could use some Dead Man's Canteen if I need to. Got some bandages. What does my spice do? I've got spice here. Oh, I may add D3 damage to a single hit. Ooh, that's amazing. Oh, but I also take 1 wound. Okay, well, so we've got 5 coming at us. Let's see. This thing's voracious. He's gonna see what he can do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fortunately, though, this thing's it's only got 1 eye, and it's way up there, so it's flailing around. The Marshal ducks past all the claws, and none of them get through. And so now it's the Marshal's activation, so we've got a couple things we have to do here first. The first one being that we need to roll for this poison. We only have 1 poison marker. It's a 6. Whew, the poison wore off. That's a relief. So that's gone. And then the next thing, though, he starts their activation. It automatically takes 3 horror hits, so we got to block 3 horror hits coming through. He blocked 1 of them, so this is just, look, he's an old man. This is a lot to take in. And he just goes a little bit, like, getting a little, he's got a headache. And if that's the worst, you got it. When this stuff's happening, then, it's not that bad. Okay. So, he's gonna, gosh, I'm trying to decide if he wants to use that Marshal badge yet. No, not yet, because this thing's going to be tough to kill right now. But he's going to take that shotgun out. And it's a critical hit. So the enemy's defense is reduced to 3 rather than 0. But it was a critical hit, so we will take 2 drinks. Okay, so it would actually, reduce to 3 plus 1 because of the ambush, so 2 damage would get through. It's got a health of 7. I could, but Marshal's done with this, so he's gonna, I don't know, I guess eat this spice, whatever it is, and add D3 to that. So right now he's got 2 damage coming through, and now he's got 3 more damage coming through. Oh, he's like, son of a bitch, I ain't putting up with this. He's gonna take another, he's gonna take that spice and rub it under his nose or whatever you do with it. I don't know. And add, yes, he ain't having none of this. He cocks back, blasts the sand crab up in the face, just knocks that sucker back. Okay. So that thing is dead. We have to take another shot first. Because the fight is over. Oi, oi, oi. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Oh boy, where was I? Okay, he gets to heal a wound. He also gets to heal a sanity. He gets to gain 10 XP. I'm going to have to count these up later, but when I'm sober. That's cool. And then he gets to roll a D3. So we get to heal the rest of the wounds and sanity. So, okay, great. So we're starting back at neutral. So, yeah. Take that, stupid sand crabs. Girl gets to roll. She heals her sanity. And we get to draw some loot. We have to shuffle these back into the loot deck first, though, because that was, I just read, that was very specifically said in here. And if you guys don't know anything about me, which you probably don't, I love rulebooks, and I will follow them. Now, however, I will follow them to the letter, and I pore over them, and, you know, someone took the time to make these rules. I'm going to dang well follow them. However, I will look for loopholes. And in a situation like this where there's some, you know, I'm also trying to craft a good story, I might, you know, bend a couple things here and there just for the sake of a good story. But I would never, ever cheat to win a competitive game against someone else. Never have, never will. All right, Marshal. Ooh, underneath that sand crab buried under there. It's dark stone. There's more dark stone in this mine than there was, or in this canyon than there was in that mine. They've had a gold mine of dark stone here. He doesn't like it though. It makes him feel funny. Gets like an itching in his groin. Okay, and then the girl gets $50. There's just $50 lying around here. Sweet. I'm using fake Monopoly money. I gotta find my $50. There we go. Boy, this girl just like, she just showed up, basically was born yesterday, and she's already got $100. I mean, just like, she's got more money than me right now. That's not true. These models definitely cost more than $100, by the way. Okay. All right, we're moving on. My cheeks are red. It's getting harder to remember what I'm supposed to be doing. Marshall, you all right? He's like, just kind of shakes his head. He's like, yep, yeah, great. And she turns around and she's off again. But first thing we can do, hold back the darkness. Fortunately, she's a little closer now, so she's not in danger. We do need that. Okay, we held the darkness back. And she goes running back around again. Leaving the Marshal to try to catch up. He's like, slow down. If what we just went through weren't proof enough that this place is dangerous, then I don't know what Sam Hill's going to teach you. He's going to go ahead and stop and scavenge a little bit, though. So we can use all the help we can get. So, we got a 6, so we're going to scavenge. Looks down, digs in the dirt, sees a little something shiny, reaches his hands in, and it's nothing. The room appears to have nothing of value, so it's 10 XP for digging in the dirt. Woohoo! So we need to get our scavenge marker. I believe it's over here. There's a lot of markers. Okay. He yells at her. The girl takes heat a little bit. Well, first we have to roll the darkness. We do. That's great. I feel like the first game I played when it was just Marshal, like, holy crap, he just got beat all to hell. I mean, essentially we lost the mission. Well, we did, not essentially. Yeah, we did. We lost the mission, but I used it to kind of further the story. But we're looking up a little bit. My rolls are getting better, so that's great. So the girl heated him a little bit. She's going to slow down a little and wait for him to catch up. Come on, Marshal, catch up. Just like, there we go. He pulls his pants up, goes running down the gulf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holy hell, he says. You got a lot of energy for a girl who just appeared out of thin air yesterday. She says, well, I don't know. You're an old man. All right. I want to get to the other room here, and then we're gonna call it. Hold back the darkness. All that running though, winded him, and that darkness comes down. He forgot to hold the lantern up, and darkness is getting just a little bit closer, and we get Restless Dead. All undead enemies are now +1 initiative and +2 move. So if we get zombies, that would be bad. Let's try not to get some zombies. Okay, the girl's gonna go ahead. She's gonna try to rush on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She doesn't quite make it to the opening. Come on, Marshall. Keep up. Marshall rolls 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's kind of straining him here. And she wants to peek around this corner and see what it is. She's got a lot of energy. She's going to find her kin. She wants to know what the heck is going on. Roll to stop the darkness. We do. And she rolls a 4, so she's going to peek through here. Draw from the map deck. It's a canyon clearing. Is that the right one? Yay! Okay, great. Ooh, okay. I'm going to slow the game down for a second so that I can readjust. Yes. Okay. I'm not looking for polish or refinement here, by the way. I'm just looking to play some models and drink some stuff. Okay. Oh my god. Of course I could, like, you know, be a little less clumsy. Alright. So we're going to draw our exploration token here. And it is an encounter and a exclamation point. So we found one clue. We got to get 3 of these things so we know we're on the right path to the Marshal's friend. But first thing we're going to do is, since we found a clue, we get to roll 3 dice. So if we get 3 of the same number, that's 1 clue towards her personal mission, which is find your kin. Oh man, it's 2 5s. And a 6, almost. She didn't get it. There's nothing there, so we're not any closer to learning who she is. However, we do have a canyon encounter. The river crossing. A raging river rolls by here, white water spitting up at you. It's dashed on the rocks. There seems to be somewhat of a ford here where you could possibly cross to the other side. That looks pretty sandy to me, but whatever. Looking to the far bank, something catches your eye, glimmering in the light. If every hero spends 1 grit, you may cross the river to the other side. You don't have any grit. Once all other encounters and attacks are complete here, reveal map cards until you find one that has water in the title. Place that map tile with 2 exploration tokens on it and an end cap on the map tile entrance. Each hero is immediately moved to that space in that map tile and may draw a loot card. Then reveal and choose one of the exploration tokens to use. Put the other token back at the bottom of the stack. Oh no. So I essentially just replace. Oh crap, okay. Man. Water. No water. No water. No water. Water. Canyon waterfall. Okay. Two, 3, so... Man. Is this canyon waterfall? Yeah. Okay, this is complicated, so I'm going to try to place that map tile with 2 exploration tokens on it and an end cap on the map tile entrance. Oh. We're just like, the river rushes us away. We don't even get over there. So we basically restart here. Okay. So this is interesting. Let's get a map here. So I'm going to essentially just reset the board here. So they try to cross this river there. Rush aside. Marshall, they barely swim. Well, this is actually kind of cool. They go down the waterfall. And they are now just a little... Well, I don't know where they're at. That was surprising. Okay, so we're just going to move this stuff out of the way. So, girl goes over the edge. Marshall dives into the river after her. Girl! This is like redneck God of War, Ragnarok. Girl! They come rushing down. We get 2 exploration tokens, and they wash up on the shore of a waterfall bed. So we're gonna go ahead and flip those over. It's an attack and an encounter. I'm finding it hard to think, so I'm gonna call it here. When we come back, they have just washed up on the shore of the riverbed. Here, why don't I flip it so you guys can see? I'm a mess. Merry Christmas, everybody. There they are. And we're going to find out what awaits for them when they get there. So, hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks for joining me. That was another episode of Darkstone Drinking. That one was a little bit of a doozy because of the amount of fights we had back to back. So, I hope you enjoy that. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas. And I'll see you right before the new year. And, yeah, keep drinking. And keep being nerdy. Merry Christmas.